What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Animation Appreciation Hub's third annual Indie Animation Pitch Night. I'm Christopher Wade, and I'll be your host this evening, alongside...
Hey everyone, Deli here. We have a great lineup for you tonight. We'll be hearing pitches from 9 new projects.
We'll also hear an update on how previous pitches have been going, from our friends making Sinking Roads and Towards Galaxy's End.
And we've also got a few trailers from new and alumni projects to share. If you're watching the live premiere of this event, our creators are in the chat to answer your questions about their projects. And if you're catching up with us after the premiere, you can leave your questions in the comments.
Oh, and lastly, don't forget to support the projects that are all featured tonight. All of the links to each project will be in the description, so give them a follow. First up, we've got Travis Fowler with Dungeon Flippers.
As the realm of splendor falls into chaos, a hero shall rise and speak aloft the 3 magic words.
Location, location, location!
Step into a world of monsters, magic, and mortgages. This is Dungeon Flippers, a fantasy real estate show about a team of monster real estate agents, turning the world upside down, one home at a time. I'm Travis Fowler, the creator of Dungeon Flippers, here to take you on a tour of this delightful intellectual property. First, let's start with the show's exterior. Dungeon Flippers is an all-ages show combining the flair of a sword and sorcery epic with the cozy and familiar charm of a real estate show.
Sounds like you're looking for something a little closer to the action.
More community.
More romance.
More modern.
Yes, those things, while still fitting my crazed, lonely wizard lifestyle.
This bit of genre alchemy creates a workplace comedy where every assignment is a quest, full of dangers and surprises.
Dragon's breath, Molly! You just made our client loose themselves to the abyss.
Whether it's house hunting for an evil wizard bent on ruling the realm, selling a haunted house whose owners keep disappearing under mysterious circumstances, or renovating magical ruins to fit HOA standards, the Dungeon Flippers make real estate a real good time. Let's step inside and meet the team.
I love what you've done with the place. It just screams... It just screams.
The star of the show is Molly, an optimistic manticore who loves to help her fellow monsters. Molly has a great imagination and a kind heart, which isn't respected in the cutthroat world of evil beasts. But in the realms of real estate, her vision and love have become a new kind of magic that she seeks to develop. She lives in the ruins of her childhood home, which was destroyed when her parents divorced. A homeless homemaker, Molly is rebuilding her home and her life one brick at a time.
It's going fine. I just need a lot more money and supplies and a reno team and,
A miracle.
I'm shooting for 3 miracles, if you know where to find some.
Keep my eyes out.
Co-starring Molly is Cleveland, a straight-laced, charismatic dragon who knows everything about real estate. He helps bring Molly's vision to life and keeps the world from ending while he does it. The Dungeon Flippers is his family's business, which he stayed devoted to his whole life. So while Cleveland is great at real estate, he's not so great at almost everything else.
Maybe instead we find a buyer who doesn't sleep and has no dreams.
Better sign me up then.
Cleveland.
There's a restlessness gnawing in his heart that there's something more to him that he doesn't understand, and a dark prophecy in the roots of his family tree. Filling out the rest of the team is Cairn, Cleveland's mom and the bloodthirsty broker of the company. Her old-school methods of business include coercion, battle, and anything it takes to make a deal, tactics which Cleveland does his best to prevent. Emma, a gruff, no-nonsense golem and the lead contractor. She's been repairing and renovating dungeons for over 1,000 years. But however great a mason she is, she can't fix the broken heart she carries from failing to protect the temple she was built to guard. Laurel, the laid-back secretary and concierge. His skills in astral travel help the team explore dungeons remotely and communicate from great distances. Laurel is an estranged clipping of the World Tree, but it's hard for him to keep his distance because his family roots connect everything. Mort, the deadpan human resources manager. A ghoul and a necromancer, Mort tags along on many adventures to make sure that no one dies. At least not without filling out the correct paperwork. Now that you know about the Dungeon Flippers, let's look out the window to the Land of Splendor, where the series takes place. It's a land of elves, goblins, magic, and mighty warriors. If you're a fan of fantasy, this may feel familiar to you. Many monsters live in dungeons, either alone or in a community. There are also monstrous cities like the bustling Fellcourt and the necropolis of Skullduggery. Every location carries a story grand and granular. It's a world that can flip from cozy to epic at a moment's notice, and back again just in time for dinner. If you haven't seen the pilot, which came out last year, I strongly encourage you to take up the quest. Currently, I'm storyboarding the second adventure, Open Dungeon, which introduces more of the characters and lore of the world as the dungeon flippers work together to flip a dwarven monastery into a monstrous mansion. So if you like epic fantasy, cozy home makeovers, and an office of lovable oddballs in an odd world, Dungeon Flippers can be your dungeon home away from home.
Dungeon Flippers looks fabulous. Love the twist on the workplace comedy. Next up, we've got Alari with Neo-Meso Post.
Do you remember when Pokemon released multiple 20-minute episodes about Pokemon Mystery Dungeon? Don't you wish there was more? See, I can't legally make that show, so I'm gonna do this instead. Hi, I'm Kelsey Claybrook. I was this hellhound in Hell of a Boss, and the background director on Lumi and the Great Big Galaxy. And now I'm throwing my hat in the ring with Neo-Meso Post. Everyone needs mail, even dinosaurs. It's a public service for crying out loud, and we don't discriminate here. But how, pray tell, do dinosaurs deliver mail when they're spread out into tiny walled settlements in a world filled with dangerous wildlife, rogues, and natural disasters? You establish a guild, of course. Specifically, this dino founds the Guild of Lator in the capital settlement of Rothi, where our story takes place. Imagine Pelican Town from Stardew Valley if it were transitioning into the Iron Age. It's a tight-knit community where everyone knows everyone, but not everyone likes everyone. Here, both carnivores and herbivores live, work, and sing together as neighbors and friends, safe inside the walls that keep the voiceless beasts at bay. It's also the home of our protagonist duo, Rothy's brand new courier apprentices, Lark and Mulberry. These two have been best friends since hatching, and are practically inseparable. A young, eager whirlwind of energy, Lark's the only child of one of the guild's best veterans, so she's got some pretty big shoes to fill, even if she tends to stumble. If she could just learn to focus, she could very well be half the dino her mother is, and maybe even more. Inspired by Lark's goals and relentless spirit, kind and gentle Mulberry wants to find a way to stand out in his gargantuan family of farmers. Since no one's ever reached the highest courier rank, he's gonna give it the old college try. For these two, life is a simple, pleasant dream. Or at least I think it is. Every small town has its mysteries, and the duo find themselves cluelessly plopped into the middle of a Beacon Pines-level conspiracy, ready to blow itself wide open. Will they and the rest of Rothi make it through unscathed? We'll just have to wait and see. Our current outline for the show is split into 3 arcs, each focusing on a different aspect of the world, in and outside the walls. Some plotlines you could expect include, but aren't limited to. Don't worry, we'll pay you an exposure. Don't open, Pavlov inside. You wanna know how I got these scars? What to do when everything's falling apart. A dummy's guide. He left, but there's no milk at the store. Unstoppable force meets somewhat movable object. And last but not least, why is anyone, anything, anywhere here right now all at once? But seriously, why is there grass? Or even Dilophosaurus, for that matter? Those guys died out like 100 million years earlier. Huh. Moving right along, NMP's art and animation style is directly inspired by the likes of early 2000s monster anime, like Pokemon and Digimon. Limited lip flapping in one scene and crazy visuals in the next when it's needed most. We're gonna dabble in a bit of style mixing too. Dinosaur King, anyone? We have loads of surprises waiting to debut. Speaking of style, Neo-Meso Post has a separate side project that we're tackling first before attempting a pilot. Let me just... There we go. Behold! Neo-Meso Post Stamped Shorts! A collection of pre-pilot stories that'll give audiences a taste test of the world we have to offer, with a style straight out of a Mystery Dungeon ROM hack. We don't want to die before getting our story started, so these shorts are a way to get folks invested without breaking the bank. Our efforts have already borne fruit, because our first stamp short is done! Huzzah! If you're even remotely interested in anything I've presented today, you should totally go watch it. Our team worked incredibly hard on this experiment, and we're excited to make our future shorts bigger and better than the last. including snippets of pilot level animation to sink your teeth into.
Wallet.
Oof, did you hear that?
Wallet.
That was the sound of my wallet wailing in agony. At this time, Neo-Meso Post is self-funded, and will need lots of help to make my dream a reality. So, after you finish the short, if you want to see more, you should consider supporting Neo-Meso Post on our Ko-fi, or on our brand new Patreon. If you want sneak peeks, file downloads, art requests, or commission slots, consider tossing a few coins our way. Any amount of support is greatly appreciated. You can also follow us on Twitter, Blue Sky, or join our Discord server, where we hang out on calls, answer lore questions, and do weekly art prompts for Ernest, Neo-Meso Post's ARPG for fan characters. We have a whole lot in store for the future, but until next time, let's go, couriers!
Be sure to check out Neo-Meso's Post's first short called Show and Tell, which is on their YouTube channel. We've also got a link to watch in the description. Next, we'll hear Maddie O'Hare and the team making Wild High.
Psst. Hey, kids. Wanna buy some drugs?
Whoa. Cool cats always say no to drugs.
Yeah, drugs are bad. We're gonna tell the police or a trusted adult.
No. My evil plans have been foiled by this group of ordinary teens.
Remember, kids, only you can stop the spread of drugs in school.
How unrealistic. Yeah, no one even got stabbed.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Welcome to the world of Wild High, an upcoming indie pilot following the adventures of golden child Henry Porkins, as he and his two new troublemaking friends are tasked with taking down a nefarious drug lord infiltrating their school. But this is no easy task, and Westwoods is no ordinary town. There's secrets and mysteries behind every corner, and if they want to succeed, they'll need brains, guts, and an insane amount of luck. I'm Maddie O'Hare, creator and one of 3 directors running this project. Over the last year, our team has been knee-deep in production, writing scripts, designing backgrounds, and creating animatics. So let's meet some of the characters. Starting off our roster is the perfectionist pig, Henry Porkins. He and his father have moved towns and schools more times than he's had panic attacks in public restrooms, so he's given up on useless endeavors like making friends. Honestly, who needs distractions like that when you can focus on being the perfect student and son? He handles mistakes maturely and calmly and would definitely not cry himself to sleep at night thinking about everything he's ever done wrong. Next up is the obligatory angsty teen character, Ellie Ramses. She's an educator's worst nightmare, and if she doesn't skip class completely, she's pulling pranks, insulting teachers, and being an overall nuisance. Ellie would like nothing more than to stay in bed all day, but she'll go to school just to see her friends. And wreak a little havoc, of course. She's feisty and street smart, and she isn't afraid to loudly tell the fast food worker that no, Henry did not want pickles on his sandwich. Take it back and make it right. And rounding off the main trio is our bunny boy, Sam Lopez. Lop ears, like a lop-eared bunny. We swear it's still an animal pun. He and Ellie live together in their own apartment as roommates / technical siblings. It's a complicated story. But he's a little gremlin of chaos who also needs everyone to like him all of the time and will get very upset if they don't. In the usual people-pleaser fashion, he'll usually go along with whatever his friends want to do, mostly because he is physically incapable of saying no. In his free time, he can be found stealing the discount jewelry inside of claw machines, or working a minimum wage job. Speaking of which, the boss of that minimum wage job is none other than the raccoon man himself, Sean Cooney. He owns the local convenience store in town, Mart, and loses at least a quarter of his profits to the rambunctious teens. He's got a soft spot for the trio, though, and offers to help them by giving them valuable information, including where this shady dealer does his business. But who is this mysterious dealer? The evil Jason Barkley. He, with the help of his mysterious student apprentice, otherwise known as the Fox, have infiltrated Wild High School with their products, causing problems for the main trio. They must take him down, but with the help of this mysterious apprentice, he always seems to be 3 steps ahead. Can the trio find the identity of the Fox? Will they be able to outsmart a man known for his cunning? Will they ever save their school? Tune in and find out! So, if we've caught your attention with the story or the characters, or you just like hot furries, the best way to support the show right now is to follow our socials, especially Twitter. We'll be releasing our Kickstarter when we hit 5,000 followers on the platform. This is to ensure enough people know about the show before we crowdfund, since crowdfunding is all or nothing. Or, if you're feeling generous right now and have money to spare, we also have a Patreon. Being a Patreon donor entitles you to special perks like access to the Wild High Honors Discord, discounts in voting on future merch, game and movie nights with the staff, and so much more. And that's all from us. We really hope you enjoyed the show and its progress, because this is going to be one wild ride.
Thanks, Maddie. We can't wait to see where Wild High goes. Don't forget, our creators are happy to answer any questions you may have.
Up next, we got another adorable animal-focused cartoon, Spot and the Sword.
Hi, do you like cats? Do you like fantasy? Well, if you answered yes to either of those questions, you're in luck. My name is Meowsers, and I, along with my friend and co-producer Ari, are creating Spot and the Sword, a fantasy adventure indie animated series that follows Spot, a young kitten who lives in the great cat kingdom of Whiskeria. And he's on a journey to become the greatest adventurer ever, and be just like his legendary dragon-fighting mother, alongside his friends, of course. This series is aimed towards a younger audience, but is able to be enjoyed by all ages. The main goal of Spot and the Sword is to provide a comfortable and relatable experience, something that anyone could sit down and enjoy. Its major themes are friendship, family, and compassion. Our goal with this series is to create a safe and calming environment for younger audiences and older audiences alike. Something kind of like Bluey or Hilda. So if you have younger siblings and you'd rather get them off watching AI slob and Skibbity Toilet, then maybe Spot and the Sword could be a solution for you. Or if you just like funny little cartoons. I don't know. I'm not your mom. I can't tell you what to do. Let's meet the characters. Spot is our main character, and he is going to be the best adventurer ever. Except for his mom, of course. Spot is 9 years old as of the pilot, and he brings an adventurous spirit that will lead him and his friends into victory. And probably get them in over their heads, too. Our next character is Elaine. Spot's mother, Elaine, is known by all as a legendary hero, and one of the 3 great warriors to take down the monstrous dragon known as the Queen of Beasts. Elaine mostly wants to do what she can to give her son a safe and happy life, and would do anything to protect him. Elaine's skills are almost unmatched, and her level-headedness and persistence has carried her well throughout her many adventures. Spot's best friend Thomas is the toughest cat around, and he's not afraid to show it. He often picks fights with bullies, yet he can't seem to tell Spot when he's about to do something stupid, and often goes along with Spot's antics. Despite how he acts, though, Thomas is a real sweetheart and loves his friends more than anything in the world. The voice of reason and friend to Thomas and Spot, Luna, is extremely smart and hardworking. She knows pretty much everything, especially when it comes to magic, and isn't afraid to call Spot or anyone out on something she finds to be stupid. But when she's not arguing with Spot, Luna is quiet and reserved, usually hyper-focused on some kind of work or research. Flint is an old friend of Elaine's, and spent all his younger years by her side. He and Elaine don't really talk anymore, though, and Spot is a little suspicious of his mother's former teammate. Flint is cunning, courageous, and stubborn. Let's learn about the setting now. These characters live in the cat kingdom of Whiskeria, a place surrounded by high mountains with snowy peaks and filled with sweeping hills and low valleys. It has tall, winding trees and plenty of colorful wildflowers and different plants. However, Whiskeria still has a lot of dark secrets hiding within the castle walls. It's going to be up to Spot and his friends to uncover these secrets and save the kingdom from a dark future. So what's our plan right now? Where are we at? As of right now, we only really have a pilot episode planned, but if all goes well, we'd love to make full seasons in the future. We haven't quite yet started crowdfunding, but it is something we plan to do in the future once we finalize the script for the pilot. At the moment, we're mostly conceptualizing things and figuring things out, as well as advertising and getting our name out there so that when we do eventually do crowdfunding, it'll be a lot easier to get that attention in the future, since we'll already kind of have that set up. If you would like to support us, you can follow us either on our Twitter or our Blue Sky, which I'll put up on the screen here, and just support it and spread the word. People's support means the world to us. And the more eyes we can get on the show, the more money we can raise when we start crowdfunding. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you enjoy our little show when it comes out.
Love to see an indie series focused on a younger audience. Thanks to Meowsers for presenting.
Don't forget to follow all these projects via the links in the description of this video.
Now, let's check in on a few projects that were presented at previous events. First up, an official trailer for the 3 tomes.
With the glasses.
What of her?
This is a horror, not a comedy.
Failure is not an option.
I knew it! These guys are vampires.
Guilty as charged.
When's the last time you've seen black people in a cemetery at night?
Think about the things that got you to use the power when you first bonded to it.
No turning back.
Oh my god, I am so excited for this one. I've been keeping an eye on it for so long. The 3 Tomes' animatic pilot drops later this summer, so don't miss it. Now we'll hear an update on Sinking Road from Moa Olsen.
Hello everyone! Oh, honk! It is now 2025, the year that I am supposed to release Sinking Road. And I got some news to tell, but this year has been quite busy. If you remember from 2024, I updated about Sinking Road and told that at the time I was keyframing Scene 7 of Sinking Road. Scene 7 out of 10 to be very precise. I am still on Scene 7 at the moment, because as I mentioned previously, it is the longest scene in all of Sinking Road. It is 7 minutes and 30 seconds-ish. But I am very, very soon done with it. In fact, I will be finished with it either by the end of this week that I'm recording, or the beginning of the week next week, because on Wednesday next week, on the 23rd of July, I am going to Närcon Sommar 2025. It's a Swedish convention. It's one of Sweden's biggest conventions, if not the biggest. And I'm actually gonna be showing an early showing of Sinking Road during that time on Friday. By the time you guys are watching this, that has most likely already happened. Hopefully it went well. If you guys are worried, do not be. I am still aiming to finish Sinking Road for 2025, unless circumstances change for any reason. I don't want to go into too much personal detail, but my dad has been sick and that's been affecting a lot of production time. But also, more happily news and such, I moved to my own apartment earlier this year, which is awesome. It feels nice to be independent. But that also changed, production time during that time. Other than that, some more Sinking Road news. I made a new poster. Well, not a new poster, as the other one is still the main poster, but this is an alternate poster based off of old watercolor posters made for the movies back in 1940s, 1950s. My main inspiration timeline. And well, I also actually planned to make a little post-credits scene, and I've gotten lines for that. My cat just did something. Anyway, so Sinking Road is going smoothly, even considering everything. I am happy with everything that I'm doing. Now, a lot of people have actually asked me what I'm gonna do post Sinking Road. I plan to open a backer kit for merchandise, such as like a physical release, possibly like a DVD or maybe even a VHS. We'll see how much it costs to actually produce those. And we're gonna see where we go from there. I'm also gonna see if I can contact other companies for certain merchandise. Wink wonk, bink bonk. You may already know. Other than that, Sinking Road will be done. I have so many story ideas, so many things I want to continue doing. And honestly, I want to just keep making movies and stories. I'm gonna take a little break from making movies in between Sinking Road and the next long film I'm doing. So I'm thinking of doing a little short mini-series called Explorescape. Just to practice liminal space backgrounds for the next project, which will be a trip to Dreamlab. Hopefully, maybe next year, you guys will see me again in the next pitch night, but not as an updater, but yet as another pitcher. We'll see you then.
We've been following Sinking Road for a few years now, and we're all excited to see its release. Now, before we get back to new series pitches, we've got a trailer for alumni project, Ghost Friends.
Okay. This is a bit concerning. What the? How? Is this a door? In the middle of nowhere? Jesus Christ, man. Where am I? I have to figure this out. Let's just keep walking. Maybe I can find a way out. Magic door, open. Maybe I should just probably push it.
Episode 2 of Ghost Friends was just released, so what are you waiting for? The link to watch it is in the description. Now let's hear from some more new projects. First up is Dropouts, an adult animated series from Blaze.
I don't care. I don't care, Nick. You've burned me too much.
I see you, I fucking see you. But you never buckled down. You're still living like a kid.
Why the fuck am I still here? See? Just needed a little kick to get started.
Hello, my name is Blazel Howard. I'm an artist, writer, animator, editor, boxer, and creator of a little pilot for a hopefully big show called Dropouts. Dropouts is an adult animated expressionist realist coming-of-age mumblecore slice-of-life tragedy that takes place in the cold, dead heart of America. Chicago. It's a day in the life of 6 friends who all dropped out of high school together, the pilot taking place 1 year after the fact. The focus is on exploring the different ways these different characters, these losers, failures, and rejects, have reacted to their different mistakes and misfortunes. Some consider dropping out, the thing that united them, to be one of those mistakes. Some even consider that very unity to be the cornerstone of their current misery. Whether these characters are right or wrong in their decisions and their reactions to them is ultimately not what this show is about. It's about the characters, specifically characters that have given up on life at some point, getting into their heads and placing a microscope over their lives, who they are, how they became, and what they will become. With that much importance on the characters, we better start talking about them. From oldest to youngest, we have Nicholas Gross, a neurotic 20-year-old slacker addicted to his own misery. Marissa Serrano, the teen mom that became the teen mom and lives to regret it. Igor Friedman, a technical genius that alternates between the best friend and the worst nightmare you will ever have on a whim. Nevaeh Harris, the light in everyone's life except her own, a light that's soon to burn out if something doesn't change. Jackson Radford, an outcast from birth, never fitting in even among those that already don't fit in. Ashley Holmes, excess incarnate, an everything addicted wild child with a trail of unhealthy decisions behind her. I also want to give a quick shout out to my voice actors, all of which are volunteers, and most of which I believe are just hobbyists and beginners, which is insane considering that I think they gave a really great performance. The philosophy towards the actual acting is closer to live action than animation, less exaggerated emotions and tone in favor of something more natural and authentic sounding, not completely emotional, it's just understated, like they're hidden underneath a layer of insincere composure or numbing chemicals.
Yeah, there's a nice face.
Got anything going on?
Nah, just working, planning. No work today?
She's crashing, man.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
What happened? Is my car okay?
But when those emotions do break out, it gets messy.
Well, tell the fucking crybaby I'm not the one who stick my dick in my girlfriend's closet!
Damn it! You piece of shit! Work! Work!
Dropouts is very near and dear to me. The series was conceived shortly after I dropped out of high school myself, after going through and witnessing some tribulation that myself and fellow dropouts were going through. That's when it was conceived, but it wasn't fully developed until 8 years later, after enough life has been lived to gain some perspective. After living the life I've lived and seeing the lives others have, I've realized that I don't want to make some grand statement. I want to show a blink in the existence of a tiny fraction in a large group of people, my people, the dropouts. Let the outsiders see them for who they are and what they can become, and let the ones who get it have a voice out there that says you're not alone. If Dropouts is something that you'd be interested in supporting, I have a Patreon that, is my own personal Patreon, and I have a Ko-fi for the actual funding of the series. Thank you, and have a good day.
That series looks like it would fit right in with an adult animation lineup. Don't forget to support Dropouts and all the other projects aired tonight. Up next, we've got Shamalotts.
After the destruction of her family's circus, a complacent but determined young ringmaster must overcome her insecurities to fulfill her late parents' wish in restoring the circus legacy in a magical world.
Saludos, soy Diego Vigil.
And I'm Naomi Luperon. And we're the creators of an indie animated series called Shamalotts.
Shamalotts is a comedy fantasy drama with a little mix of modern and 19th century-ish style set in a world filled with multiculturalism and magic. The story unfolds across a vast Pangea-like continent where diverse nations, rich in culture and tradition, have been separated by towering walls for centuries. Each nation holds a piece of the world's ancient past, magical obsidians. They contain properties that form each of the nation's unique flora and fauna.
The series follows Melanie, a striving ringleader determined to revive her late parents' circus to honor their wish of performing before the King of Nations. Along the way, she bumps into an unlikely team of outsiders, each carrying their own baggage, who together become the infamous Shamalotts Circus. Being the only traveling circus in a fractured world, their growing fame stirs whispers across the nations, drawing old enemies out of the shadows and unearthing long-buried secrets that threaten their journey and their lives. It's a struggle for everyone to get along, though. They're constantly at each other's throats.
They live in a single caravan, which is being chased by this weird, creepy guy with powers.
How about we just ask them ourselves?
Hi, my name's Melanie. I'm the ringleader of the Shamalotts Circus. I've always overheard my parents talk about wanting to perform in the center of the nations back when Shamalotts was called the Marengo Circus. They were always working super hard to get there, and I'm not going to let that go to waste. So if that's what they want, I need to make it happen. We're just doing our best to make them proud, and I really hope that they're able to see that. I mean, I already crashed the caravan, and I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm sorry!
She is not touching the driver's seat again. Hello! My name is Cecilia and I'm the head chef of the circus. Don't mind Melanie's panics. That girl is a ball of anxiety, but she is the sweetest. She found so many customers for my food stand that I just wanted to repay her. Also, traveling to different nations sounded like the perfect opportunity to get my papa's restaurant back on track, learn new recipes, and expand my horizons. What? A girl's gotta have fun too, you know.
Such a waste of time. Oh, it's recording? I don't really participate in the acts or anything. I just deal with the messy schedules and all that.
She makes her costumes!
Okay, I do like to draw, craft, and costume design too, but it's not that great.
Constantine, come on! They're amazing!
And that's reason number one why I decided to help manage this chaotic circus. Willingly. Why am I in the sham crew? Mainly because I want to find other places to sell my art since it didn't go so great where I live. Hopefully my art gets out there so my parents can stop being such a pain in the... This isn't gonna be on TV, right?
Prospero, the insanely amazing, death-defying juggler from the infamous traveling circus? Never heard of him? Wow, okay, why am I here again? It's a win-win. Melanie gets the most fearless juggler in the nation, and I get to live here and travel anywhere I want. Also, real quick. If you see this, you know who you are. Pray for me and we'll meet again soon. I love you. Bye. Anyways, come check out the Shamalotts Circus. That juggling act will be worth the trip. Trust me.
Hello, I is the clown. I did funnies at a comedy club and I continue the funnies here at the circus. Why am I here? I don't know. I just feel more safe and cozy-ish here than where I was. I don't really have anywhere else to go. I mean, everyone here's nice, except Prospero and Mr. Twiglim, but I guess I kinda get it since probably he's jealous of my jokes.
I've never laughed at a single one. I just think there's something off about him, okay? I know he's new, but he's kinda nuts. Don't tell him I said that. I play violin and my twin sister plays the cello, so sometimes we perform as musicians in the shows. I am also a medicinal alchemist who researches obsidians in my downtime. It can be moderately comforting at times. We can just be ourselves here without feeling terrible about it. After running away, Melanie took us in and we just didn't want to look back. Ever, honestly.
Hello, my name's Alfie, and I'm the animal trainer. Oh, hey, Bopples. Oh, yeah, no, we can play in a bit. You know, maybe Vertigo wants to play too. So my old friend Frankie gave me this notebook, and he said it's super important and told me to pass it to someone I really, really trust. Then one day when I was in a really scary place, Melanie found me and took me in. But now I'm here, going to tons of cool places, having fun, and making people happy too. Frankie would have loved this. So, want to join in?
Ooh, I want to see.
Why do we look like paper?
Anyways.
Through this dangerous journey, Melanie must conquer her deepest insecurities, embrace her untapped potential, and find out what it takes to become the true leader for her friends in the Shamalotts Circus.
All while finding or mentally breaking themselves through song.
Overall, Sham has a fun, entertaining cast of characters with tons and tons and tons of elbow grease put into them thanks to our awesome team. Just look at all the cool stuff we've made throughout the years, and this year we've managed to get so much done with the help of our team, which, if not for them, we could have been losing it from burnout.
The pilot is currently in the works, and we have many more episodes planned ahead. Many more. So if you'd like to support our definitely cheery and not chaotic, can relate so hard for these cheers show, check out our Ko-fi and Twitch streams where we do Shamalotts work in progress and other fun stuff. The teaser is set to come out on Kickstarter, so once it's ready, don't hesitate to check it out. If you'd like to see this idea get the spotlight it deserves and get those fun episodes out, then help us get monetized by spreading the word, sharing our reels from our socials, and giving more love to indie animation as a whole. to get more people hyped about Shamalotts and other amazing indie projects that are out there.
Thanks to Shamalotts for sharing with us. We love the art style. Next up, we've got the Cupid's Menu.
Hello everybody, I'm South and I'm the creator of the Cupid's Menu.
Salutations for how many guests come along and follow me this way. Let's start you off with a drink. How's the glass of Phil's Rosé? Cheers, my dears, tonight's the night where you'll find the one you've been yearning for. They've got the looks and the moves that will satisfy your craving for more. Trust me and we'll whip you in shape. No more dots, fakes, or speed dates. This is it, a table d'hôte where true love's beyond that door.
What you just saw was a work in progress of the Cupid's Menu. What's the story? The Cupid's Menu is an animated pilot exploring how capitalism affects modern romance. In my story, Cupids are real. They are celebrated on the island of Mocha Ami, where tourists use their Cupid programs to find true love. When Agape, an aromantic asexual Cupid, returns from a 3-year sabbatical, he aims to expose the truth to this backward society. This animated high-stakes fantasy is aimed towards young adults and teens. This story is personal to me. I've carried these characters in my heart since I was 14, and their journeys reflect my own experience with romance. So what's the pilot going to look like? In the pilot episode, we meet Agape's twin brother Toma, who gives us a tour of Mocha Ami and introduces the audience to how the Cupid programs work. Meanwhile, Agape is returning from his break and is trying to step back into society. Through the series, it's going to tackle some serious themes and some humor thanks to its colorful cast of characters. I want to steadily build it from a dreamlike and playful atmosphere to slowly unravel the more dystopian aspects of the Cupid's Menu. The tone is a combination of these 3 shows: Lilo and Stitch's world-building layout and sibling relationships, Hannibal's underlying tone of cannibalism as a metaphoric portrayal of relationships, and Gentlemen Prefer Blonde's glitter, glam, and theatric to mesmerize you in the socialist messages hidden underneath. So, who are our characters? Agape, our sour-faced protagonist. Agape retired for some years and it caused him to have a revelation, a questioning about his existence of playing Cupid. Toma, the mayor's assistant and Agape's twin brother. He was not born with Cupid powers and is the opposite, uptight, orderly, but really friendly. And Eros, intelligent, egoist, and authoritative, a Cupid and the mayor of Mocha Ami. He owns the notorious love restaurants on the island, which makes most of the profit. There are other characters to be seen, and they're all supposed to be based off of either food or Valentine-related items. Why Kickstarter? Animation is an incredibly labor-intensive process, and unfortunately, it's also quite expensive. If I were to tackle this alone, it would take me decades to complete. This is why I need your support. Through this Kickstarter campaign, I'm hoping to raise funds to cover production costs, including hiring talented artists, animators, voice actors, musicians, and more. So you can see, it's a lot. These funds will help bring the Cupid's Menu to life and ensure that the final product is something I can be proud of and something that you will love. What's in it for you? We're offering a range of rewards to thank you for your support, including keychains, a cookbook, early access to the completed pilot, posters, stickers, pins, character cameo. Why this matters. I cannot tell you how exciting and nerve-wracking it is to finally take the leap and create this animation. As a child, I watched cartoons that inspired me to create something that could move people. And now, with the Cupid's Menu, I have the chance to do that. The show is not just about love, it's about sibling rivalry, identity, philosophy, and self-awareness. It's a story that's deeply meaningful to me, and I hope it will resonate with you too. If we can reach our funding goal, we could attract the attention of a larger production company, which might help bring the Cupid's Menu to a wider audience. But to make that happen, we need to start with this first episode. Thank you so much for your time and for watching this video. Let's make something amazing together.
With only a few pitches left, we're gonna take a short peek at a few more projects from our collective. First up is a new trailer from Towards Galaxy's End, made by Love Letter Studios.
Hermina Amelia Watson. Come back to the land of the living, but in exchange, you have to take on a life of another species.
I'll do it! If it means seeing my friends and family smile again, then I'll do it. You're just like me!
¿Qué?
Hear me out. There's 7 of us, right? So we'll find the others and become the bestest of magic friends. We can fight crime, stop the bad guys, cheer the hearts of many, and wear cute outfits while we'll do it! Let's be magical girls together!
Just what are you planning?
Do not interfere, Angel.
I can't help you if you keep getting in the way.
¿Por qué me puse a hacer esta bobería?
I won't give up. Not until I see you smile.
If you had the chance to come back to life after dying prematurely, what exactly do you think you'd do?
Now we'd like to give a quick shout out to the team behind Zipped Up, who are currently running a Kickstarter.
Zipped Up is about two high school freshmen who discover a magical zipper that sends them through unknown wonders of the multiverse.
We're happy to say that the project has already reached its funding goal. But if you'd like to learn more and contribute to this project, well, you've guessed it, the link is in the description.
Next up, a short pitch from Beyond the Light, and a teaser from Funemployed.
I refuse to be another fading star, Arturo. I will carve my name into this very fabric of Lalus, and no one will ever forget the legacy I leave behind.
Hi, I'm Ravenot, creator of Beyond the Light, an indie animated series set in a dystopian city called Lawless, inspired by the Jazz Age. The story follows two leads, Park Hyun-jae, a 19-year-old film student whose father has mysteriously disappeared, and Arturo Fernandez, a 43-year-old philosophy professor investigating that same disappearance.
I used to believe my past didn't matter. But the more I search, the more I realize maybe it's the key to everything.
We're currently in development for the pilot episode, hopefully will be out this year or next. Thank you so much.
Hey guys, Michael McGoldrick here, the co-creator and writer behind Funemployed Gator Boys, which is dropping on July 30th on the C204 Animation YouTube channel. The great people at Animation Appreciation Hub have allowed me to play the trailer for their indie animation pitch night, so big thanks to them and enjoy the show.
Beach Rat Productions and C204 Animation proudly present a 5-ish minute adult animated comedy pilot that will leave you saying,
"It's pretty good."
Funemployed Gator Boys, coming July 30th on the C204 Animation YouTube channel.
Now, it's time for the last two pitches of the evening. First up, we've got IMMORTAL.
Hi, I'm Charlie Murray, and today I'm going to be presenting my pitch for Immortal. We're Soulfire Studio, a studio created to make original stories fusing Western and Eastern animation, created by me, Charlie. Immortal is our first indie animated series, and I want to introduce you to it. Immortal is an action-adventure coming-of-age story about a teen who doesn't fit into the war-torn magical country he was raised in. Not only does he look monstrous, but he discovers that his soul is missing and he's gained powerful magic. With the help of his misfit accomplices, he pieces back together both his identity and the future of the doomed land of Kokoku. I'm going to show you guys the teaser trailer for our show. Next, let's get to know our characters a little bit. First up, this is Mushitaro. He's a 17-year-old boy from Chimatsu, raised by adoptive parents Otagi and Kyoko. After an incident a decade ago, he's been shut away in their mountain cottage, training in the katana. When he discovers he's missing a soul, he runs away from home to find out why. Next is Magnus. Magnus is a flame demon who escaped the underworld to become something greater. When they meet Mushitaro, they strike a deal for his soul and gain physical form. With Mushitaro's magic powering their contract, Magnus helps him in the interest of becoming a powerful witch. Kumori is the lost prince of the Kokoku Empire, imprisoned for the past 10 years by the shogun. He manages to escape, but not without a curse that's given him an expiration date. While fighting off the shogun, he reconnects with his childhood friend, Mushitaro, with newfound feelings. Noriko is a witch who gave everything, even her name, to become who she was meant to be. A friend of her father, she helps Mushitaro learn to control his magic as he pieces together his soul. When she's confronted by the very being who left her cursed into a ferocious beast, she will stop at nothing to get her revenge. And lastly, the Shogun. The Shogun is a woman of mysterious origins who usurped power after the death of the Emperor a decade ago, taking over the military. However, the lords of Kokoku's prefectures denounced her and claimed independence. Now desperate, she's turned to a dark ally to force the country under her control at all costs. And now, let me take you into the world of Kokoku, where the story takes place. Kokoku is a land surrounded by sea, home to the ancient ruins of Alfheim, the source of magic. These ruins have influenced the land with magical creatures, spellcasters, and equally ancient threats of the void, intertwined with the lives of the humans living in Kokoku. How will the story go, though? Well, in the pilot, Mushitaro discovers he has no soul and runs away from home. Then he meets Noriko, a cursed witch, who begins teaching him magic. Kumori escapes from the castle and joins the Iron Lord's army. When a village faces plague, Mushi and his friends face off against the Shogun. Mushi dies, but comes back to life like a phoenix. As Shogun's darkness corrupts Kokoku, Mushi gathers his allies and rebuilds his soul, now understanding that he is immortal. Just before he can complete it, though, he's killed definitively. Mushi miraculously comes back one last time, years later, to a war-torn land consumed by darkness. His identity remembered, he reunites with his friends to defeat Shogun once and for all, and the evil entity puppeting her. What's next for Immortal? Well, we've got our first short, Scare Tactics, coming out this month. Our next mini-episode, Murky Waters, which we'll be starting on soon and have already begun pre-production. And our pilot, The Nail That Sticks Out. After that, we'll be seeking funding to produce our first season. How can you support us? Well, we have an Instagram and a YouTube you can follow, as well as TikTok and Blue Sky, and you can go support us over on Ko-fi or Ko-fi. And we have stickers there as well that you can purchase to help support the show. Thank you so much, and this was Immortal.
Rounding us off tonight is the team of Pastafazool. Put your hands together.
Hello there, I'm Jay Rank. This pitch represents the combined efforts of many talented artists and myself, and we're very proud to present our very first animated pilot. Pastafazool is the story of three misfit supervillains who form a found family as they struggle to claw their way up through the criminal underbelly of Darkholme City. The show largely follows a format of episodic Monster of the Week stories, exploring the relationships between the trio of villains and the other colorful rogues and rapscallions that call the city home. Simultaneously, under the surface, a mysterious shadowy puppet master pulls the strings and is threatening to bring about untold destruction. Now let's meet our main cast of characters. Abracadaver, megalomaniacal undead sorcerer with delusions of world domination. Brought back from the dead for reasons unknown even to himself, he's determined to use his second chance at unlife to uphold his family's legacy of supervillainy. Although he's a powerful sorcerer, his schemes are usually undermined by his own overconfidence. But no matter how many times he fails, he always has another trick up his sleeves. Fiercely loyal to his allies, his ambition and drive make him the perfect fit as the leader of Pastafazool. Former spy gone rogue turned master gem thief, Dom is the gang's cool as ice fixer. Confident in her abilities honed as a secret agent, there's little she can't get her hands on if she wants it. Flirtatious, vivacious, and greedy, she always looks out for number one and loves a good double cross. Extra-dimensional entity of unknown origin, or Xenos as he prefers to be called, was summoned to our dimension to cause the apocalypse. He'll get around to it eventually, but for now is satisfied with consuming our junk food, reality TV, and video games. After spending millennia trapped alone in a parallel dimension before being accidentally summoned to ours, he considers the team his surrogate family. Mischievous and destructive, he enjoys using his shape-shifting abilities as the muscle and mascot for Pastafazool. Pulling the strings from behind the scenes is the team's sinister eldritch benefactor, Silhouette, an ancient being whose physical form was long ago sealed away and can now only manifest as a corrupted shadow in ours. He trades in forbidden knowledge and power in exchange for dark magical relics scattered across the city. The trio of villains is so eager to prove themselves that they may not be considering the consequences of helping this otherworldly patron. The pilot follows the gang as they attempt to pull off a fumbling museum heist to obtain a cursed gem for their boss. With the building surrounded and no way out, they'll need the help of a recently resurrected zombie mammoth to break through the police blockade. Right now, the animatic for the pilot episode is nearly done, and we're also working on a vertical slice of animation to show what our indie production studio can do. The goal for Pastafazool is to produce a full season of 8 11-minute episodes. But to do that, we need to finish the pilot. I hope that there's people out there who connect with these stories and characters because we can't do it without your support and passion for indie animation. To learn more about how you can support us and the show and see what else we're working on, visit plasmaspinstudios.com and check out my Linktree to follow me for more updates on the pilot. And thank you so much to Animation Appreciation Hub for hosting this panel. And don't forget to go check out all the other amazing creators who presented today. Thanks so much.
That's all for tonight, y'all. Another pitch night complete. We'll be back early next year with another event.
In the meantime, please check out the socials for all the projects mentioned here and give Animation Appreciation Hub a follow as well to stay up to date with our events.
From all of us at the Hub, thank you so much for tuning in for another pitch night. We're a volunteer collective of creatives who are passionate about animation, doing everything we can to help uplift independent animated projects. So, if you're interested in joining us, send us a message on Blue Sky. Thanks so much, y'all. Have a good night.